The topic today I am taking is whether life is a destiny or we have choices. Normally, you would have found a lot of people complaining, अरे हमारा तकदीर ही ऐसा होता है तो मैं क्या करूं? Some people may say, I cannot fight with the destiny, I cannot fight with my fate. Even if they get angry with their children, they use a very strong word. See, my fate that this fellow has become my son or become my daughter. To this extent, people commonly use the word fate or destiny. So I was just wondering, if the life is going to be totally destiny, then what is the use of birth? Tell me. My life, if it is going to be handled only by the destiny, and I do not have any say in the life at all, then what is the use of this birth? So I was thinking about it, how these all concepts are evolved, how it is coming and all. Before we get into the topic in detail, we have to first understand what is destiny and also what is choice. Because I am going to discuss whether the life is a destiny or a choice. So at least first we should understand the meaning of destiny and also the choice. But let us take destiny. Normally destiny is governed by your karmas. The karma that you have done in the past, which is called Sanchita karma, the karma which is doing at present is called prarabdha, and the karma that you are going to do in future is called agami karma. All this karma generates phala. This prarabdha, apart from the present karma giving present palan, it is also the karma, a portion of sanjita karma that got rectified, and that is giving you the phala. That is why good people suffering, bad people flourishing, all the things are happening which we think that after all there is no justice in this world and God is not existing and God is not kind. All this kind of apprehensions we are getting it because the present status of the person does not reflect his character. The lifestyle that he is having is not as per good karma. Sometimes it happens that way also. So that is why we should understand that very clearly. I think Sanjay has already very vastly covered this area. Anyway, I will just refresh it. Sanjita, Prarabdha and Agami, there are three types of karma palans are there. Sanjita for the past, so many janmas, whatever we have done, it is all stored in a particular place. I mean, tons and tons of Sanjita karma is stored in a particular place. And then a portion of it is getting fructified as a prarabdha, so that your lifespan, whatever the lifespan that you are having, whatever be the number of years that you are living, in that number of years, you get this prarabdha giving you the effect. Then at present, in the present life, you are doing karmas, and these karmas, certain reflection of this karma, that palan may be coming in this janma itself, or it will go to the future. The future coming is called agami karma palan. Now one question comes, it is a very good question, but it is worth analyzing it. When I am doing a karma, why I am not getting the palan immediately? Then it will be very clear. Suppose I do something wrong today, and within 1 hour I am getting a punishment, then it's very easy for me to understand that the bad karma that I have done, it has given me this kind of a bad effect, so that I will not do the bad karma. It doesn't happen. Why it is so? That we have to think about it. See, what is happening is, supposing you do a good karma, or a bad karma, the karma palan that has to come to you, you should be able to experience that. Supposing you have killed somebody, and in turn you are supposed to suffer a poverty or become a beggar, or you have to be in jail, or maybe in turn you should be killed also. If that has to happen, then accordingly your life has to be developed. Events have to happen. You have to have the enemies and certain kind of conditions with which the same type of killing or suffering or going to jail should happen to you. There's a very famous example is Dhritarashtra. He had 100 children. All the 100 children died. It has been told that Dhritarashtra, when he was going, once up very long back, he was a hunter, various janmas before. Being a hunter, when he went to the forest, what happened was he had put arrow on a bird, big bird nest. Several birds were there. In that, about hundreds of birds, 100 birds have died because of this. So the curse that has come to him, but he has to have 100 children to lose, so that he can understand losing these 100 children, how painful it is, as the birds have suffered. But unfortunately, if he is going to be a beggar, he cannot have 100 children and then give them life. At the same time, if he is not having proper health or proper kind of environment, he cannot have this kind of 100 children. So when exactly the correct type of life he got it to have 100 children, then a war has to be created. Then at that time somebody has to take a decision to kill those children. There are so many factors are there in your life. Whatever the karma that you are undergoing, there are so many other factors, actors. There are so many people. Everybody is needed. It is like a drama. So up to that, this will not act. So simply we should understand this. This karma palan, Sanjay has already beautifully explained. This karma palan has got drishta palan and adrishta palan. Drishta palan is simple. You are just able to understand and see, oh, this is what I have done. So I am undergoing this suffering. It is to your awareness, and you are able to also understand, yes, this is what is the problem that I have done and I suffer. The adrishta palan is the one you are not able to correlate what for I am experiencing this kind of a palan. This is called adrishta palan. Drishta means seeing, adrishta means not seeing. So this is generally the karma theory. Now, your destiny or your fate, which I am discussing, this is very much depending upon this kind of the karma palan. Because that is why you are not able to have any say in the destiny. Let us clearly understand, as far as the karma palan is concerned, you are not able to have any say, because you have to understand and you have to definitely undergo that experience. But that doesn't mean that you do not have a say in the life itself. It should be very clearly understood. You may not have a say on the result of the karmas that you have done in the past. But you have every say in your life. How it is, we will see. This is say that I am telling, whatever you can do, it is called a choice. Now, what are all the choices? What is the choice that we will see? First of all, you have got a choice. We should understand you can reduce the karma pala. You may not be able to eliminate it, but you can definitely reduce. What are all the ways the Shastra is recommending to you for reduce the karma palan? Certain karma palan you can very well reduce by way of prayers to the God. If you do an intent prayer, there is a possibility that the karma palan, the intensity can reduce. Second, there are a lot of prayaschitta procedures are there in the Shastra. For example, you can do certain kind of yajnas, certain kind of a mantra japas, certain kind of a pujas with which this prayaschitta effect is taking place to reduce the karma phala. And later, with your logical mind, with your intellect, you can very well think in a dharmic way how to reduce this karma phala. These are all the choices you have got. It's not that you are absolutely no choice. No, these are the choices you have got. Then, the one important choice that you have got is, the most important choice is, understanding that sufferings are always bad in their life, understanding that my previous janmas, whatever the karmas I have done, because of that already I am suffering. So I don't want to have any more suffering in future. Thinking and understanding that you can avoid all bad karmas. Nishiddha karma you can very well avoid. That choice is also with you. So what are the choices? You have got a choice for prayer to the God. You have got a choice to do certain kind of a prayashchittas. And you have got a chance to use your buddhi and then properly avoid certain kind of a bad karmas. So these are the choices you have got. Now, normally this sanchita karma is fructifying as a prarabdha, I told. This prarabdha palan, when it is coming, it becomes a destiny, okay, agreed. But how to face it? There are two things, two approaches are there, please understand. One is called fatalism. Fatalism is what? Not attempting to do anything at all. For anything and everything, say, to Bhagavan ka ichha hai. What can I do? So I have to suffer means I will suffer. These kind of a totally weak approach. That is not recommended by Shastra at all. Shastra says you have to face destiny in a bold way. How do we do that? There are problems which are solvable. So, with your capability, please here we should understand, solvable problem means it is not one category of solvable problem. What is solvable to me, solvable by you. What is solvable by you, it may not be solvable to me, because it depends upon each individual's capability to solve the problem. Right? See, in order to understand what I am telling today, all of you should definitely read at least once Ramayana. That is why Mahavishnu has taken a birth as a simple human being in Ramayana. In all other avatars, he has got a certain kind of a magics, mayas, certain kind of capabilities, superhuman capabilities he has shown. It is only in Ramayana he has not shown any kind of a superhuman capabilities at all. Ordinary human Raja, how he has taken his sufferings, in spite of it, how you are dharmic, how you are sthitapragyan, everything you can learn. One single Ramayana, if you understand very well, you can understand any life. Your life will become alka. You will feel that I don't have a challenge at all. That is that much important, this Ramayana. Coming back to our subject, first of all, there are solvable problems are there. You should understand that. And also you should understand and accept unsolvable problems. You should accept gracefully. It is like this. There is a fever. It is a solvable problem because of the technology and you have got medicine. Apart from that, you can take enough kind of a precautions to increase your immunization. There are many ways out there, you know it, I don't want to elaborate it. Whereas, if you are suddenly declared a cancer, what can we do? So what I was trying to say is that unsolvable problem, we should gracefully accept it, understand it, at least then only your system of intellect, your system of common sense and your courage to face it, everything will be alive. If you are emotionally shattered, then nothing can be done. So these are the how to face the destiny. These are the two important points. Now, how to develop the capability to have a correct choices in life, that we have to understand. The choice, if you are able to have properly in your life, most of the problems in life can be solved. The problem that we are facing in day-to-day life is that we do not understand which one you have to choose. Right from the morning, you will find there are a lot of conflicts taking place in your mind. Right? Even small mundane things. Shall I go out for walking now? The rain is going to come within 45 minutes. Or should I not go? Okay, first let me feed the children and then go, or not feed the children to go. So anything that you are taking, there is a conflict. One thing is telling do, another thing is telling not to do. So this kind of a conflict is there. So in this conflict is taking place, your intellect is working. Your logical mind is working. This logical mind, if it is quite strong, if it has been properly trained, then only this logical mind will give you the correct choice. If by any chance your logical mind is not trained properly, it will give a choice which you think that is the best choice at that time, but after doing that you will find you are in a disaster. Let it be in office, let it be in any place, even while talking with your wife, even while talking with the husband. Sometimes what happens in the conversation, you will choose such a kind of a word, it will give a terrific kind of a damage in the family life. It can happen. So we have to be alert. That kind of an alert intellect is always required. How do we do that? That's a question. First and foremost is every one of us have to understand ourselves. That's very, very important. This understanding ourselves, please do not compare this with know who you are. That is spiritual understanding. I am not telling that here. Search yourself. That is a spiritual understanding. Here the understanding is what are all my capabilities. We should first understand that. In order to understand your own capabilities, first and foremost is you should not have a false image of yourself. For most of us, the problem that we are having is we are having certain kind of an image of ourselves. Have you ever thought how the image of myself has started within me? You just think calmly. Every one of us have got certain kind of image of ourselves. Certain people say, I am useless. I am done a lot of paap kiya maine. I am utter useless. I will not come up in my life. So many people are so beautiful, so nice, so capable, whereas I am not capable. This kind of a complex many people are having. Some people are saying, nothing can shake me. I am so great, I know everything. Who are you to tell me? These are another kind of people. There are certain kind of people, I don't want to do anything in this life. I am very much afraid, timid people. There are people who are always jealous. There are many, many things of people you will come across. These people are all behaving because that is the kind of an image that they are having within themselves. Have you ever thought how an image is formed by yourself? Your own image is always continuously formed yourself. That is coming, your own image is always appearing. Just like you are forming opinion on others and having their image within you, you are forming an opinion on yourself and building up an image. This is happening mainly because of the emotions. Sometimes you are not able to have a victorious kind of a discussion in the office. You are feeling so inferior that I am useless, I am not be able to work this position. Sometimes you suddenly becoming lucky to have a winning situation in the office. You think nobody can challenge me, I am somebody. Till you lose your job, you are thinking that I am the best fellow in the office. These are all happening because any incident, any kind of a transaction that is happening in life you are approaching with the emotions. That is the reason Sanatana Dharma says that please completely remove your emotions, and that is a different subject which we can take future. What are all the ways to shred out the emotions? So first you have to understand yourself, your limitations, what kind of a capability you have got, that first you have to understand. The next thing you have to have is, we should have knowledge, but not a jack of all trades and a master of none. That approach in life is absolutely useless. Whatever is required for your life, in that you should have a deep knowledge. There is a Sufi story, very beautiful Sufi story. Has to cross the river on the other side. So he engaged a boat. The village man was sitting on the boat. This man who has engaged it, is a Pandit. He sat, and then that Pandit was always very proud that he has learned the Shastra like anything. So he asked the boatman, do you know Upanishad? Boatman said, I have not heard it even. Oh, I see. Do you know Gayatri? No, I have not heard it at all. Do you know at least how to worship Bhagavan? No, Swami, I have not done it at all. Subhe says, Samtak, I have to only earn money, that's all I'm doing. Oh God, you have wasted entirely your life. You have become so useless in your life, you are telling. Then the boat went for some distance. A small hole developed and started becoming a bigger and bigger hole. So water started coming. The boatman take out the water from the boat because that much water started coming. Then he asked the Pandit, Panditji, do you know swimming? He said, no. Now your life is totally wasted. That's gone now. So, what is required in life is more important. That is what we have to our entire energy on just things which are not required. Thanks to the mobile phone, thanks to the computer, we go on wasting our time and learning many, many things. So, first, this knowledge is very required because this knowledge-based transactions, any kind of a transaction that you are doing for your survival or doing for your benefits or decide-based transactions, any kind of a transaction that you do, if you do with awareness because of your knowledge, you can become successful. Another thing that we have to understand is that we all have got a willpower. Unfortunately, most of us have not developed our willpower at all. Imagine in case we are able to develop our willpower very strongly, very great achievements we can do that. Very, very great achievements. Now let us say how this willpower is getting shattered by within us. Example I am telling. Small example I will give. From that you can go on, imagine what are all the areas this is applicable. Okay. Morning at 6 o'clock alarm is ringing, and you have kept that alarm to go for a jogging or a walking or anything like that. So you feel little somewhat lazy or tired, you don't feel like getting up. Still, you are very adamant because the result of running and jogging is much more beneficial rather than having a little more sleep. So if you are having that kind of awareness, that if that knowledge, if you are having it, then your willpower will not allow you to sleep. Immediately you will get up and go for jogging. Imagine your awareness is slightly less and you are more what I call succumb to the laziness. Then your willpower, you are suppressing yourself. This you can apply to any kind of a situation. Temptations are there in this world. It is up to you to control because of your willpower. So one should practice, first of all, one should understand the willpower and then practice to encourage this willpower. This is the another thing. Then final thing is, in the choice, you should have independent choice. If you start comparing with the people you can never have a good choice. If you start listening to the people, you can never have a good choice. You should be very independent as far as your choice is concerned. Then a question will come. Do you mean to say that children should not listen to parents? Children can very well listen to parents. But if the children are very much fond of taking their own decision, please encourage it. Be with them. It may have certain kind of problems, but be with them and encourage them. As much as you encourage your younger children to take their own decision, more and more they will be successful in their life. It is for sure. Even us, sometimes when we are cornered by the challenges of life, we consult so many people. Nothing wrong in that. Consult good people. There are many friends who are interested in your welfare. You can consult them. There is nothing wrong in that. But finally, when you are taking a decision, it should not be based on because such and such people are told I am taking this decision. No. What will happen if you take such kind of a decision? You will not know the total dimension of why he advised like this. Then you take a choice, you take a decision. Whatever is coming to you, you will not be able to accept and justify because it was not your decision. Then you start blaming that fellow told me like this. All these things are later blaming is not no use at all. That is why every decision that you are taking in your life should be absolutely independent. One thing you should carefully understand is the life is separate from you or you are the life. It's a very important question you have to ask yourself. Whatever the life I'm having, is it separate? I am separate or I am the life itself? Now, I am of the opinion that we are the life itself. Life is not something separate. You are having the ignorance of thinking that you are the body, you are the mind, and you are the intellect. You think that you are separate and the life is separate. No. You are the life only. This body, mind, intellect, everything is part of life only. You are the life. How? You may ask me. I will give you an example. Whatever the action that you are taking, before that you have to have thoughts. Without thoughts, you cannot do the action. Are the thoughts belonging to you or belonging to the life? The thoughts are belonging to you. Any action that you are doing, you are only doing with the karmendriyas, your own karmendriyas. It is not something from life, so you are doing it yourself. The next, any kind of action that you are doing, if it is continuously you are doing, it becomes habit also. This habit slowly becomes your character also. Because of such and such a character, you get certain kind of a destiny also. Only you are deciding the life. So you are the life. Life is not separate. If life is separate, it can very well say, no, don't spoil me, don't spoil me. I am a good life. All your activities, your habits, your speech, everything is bad for my life. So I will be separate from you. So I am not going to yield to you. All these things, the life can do that. Life doesn't do anything at all. You are creating the life out of this world. That is why every action that you are taking, every thought that you are doing, every kind of speech that you are doing, everything you have to understand. Look here, I am making my life because of all these things. Then you will be very careful. The next is, most of the people do not have the capability to understand that they have unlimited power. Sky is the limit for your power. But unfortunately, that power bank which is within you, such a tremendous amount of power bank which is within you, you are not even accessing it. You are tightly closed it and kept within you, that power bank. How do we open the power bank? It's very simple. Whatever the power that you have got within you, Each and everything, every activity that you are doing for which you are taking the power from that power bank should be totally, fully utilized only for things which are going to uplift your life. Otherwise, what will happen is, if you are not doing for the upliftment of your life, you will be using the most of the energy from your power bank to fight back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You take an action, you will not be progressing, you will be regretting, then change the action, not still progressing, then regretting. This back and forth only will go like walking in the treadmill. Even 3 hours, if you walk in the treadmill, you are not going to reach any other place other than the place where you are doing the treadmill. That is so for most of the people. The problem is they also have the equal energy like Bill Clinton or what you call Bill Gates. But they are not able to go up to that level because they are only busy in doing a mistake, taking back, doing a mistake, taking it back. So that first should be understood.
Yes, Uncle Ji.
You have sixth sense. This sixth sense is the one which is given only to human. You are having the correct type of life which is suitable and then which is going to give you beneficial, which is going to give you value addition. That is why whatever the destiny is creating with you, you should be able to boldly face it. And by doing that, by not becoming unnecessarily reactive, overreactive, by developing a calm mind, you can slowly start creating your own destiny. Even you can change the destiny by having a calm mind. Understand that you have got a willpower, and that willpower, whenever it is appearing, you should encourage it. Don't suppress it. You should understand that willpower is depending upon the correct type of knowledge you have got. If you are having a tendency and then you have developed a tendency and then you have encouraged a tendency for stealing in somebody's house, your willpower can very well cooperate with you to give ideas and then to give courage to go and steal. But at the same time, you have developed your mind in such a way with your knowledge that you want to do meditation for 3 hours, the same willpower can give you the strength, courage, encouragement to do the meditation for 3 hours. So correct type of knowledge you should have to develop that willpower. Finally, overall, the life is you. So, if your life is not all right, that means you have developed an indisciplined life. If your life is started yielding very good results, that means you are disciplined and you have developed a disciplined life. So, life is not separate. Your discipline is your disciplined life. Your indiscipline is the indisciplined life. Your morality is your moral life, and your immorality is your immoral life. It's as simple as that. With this, I complete it. We can go for discussion. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyade Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyade Shanti Shanti Shanti.